Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come do a quick video, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I have put some videos up that I've recorded weeks and weeks ago just to try to put some type of content up, but the reason why I haven't done a video, if you go look at my last video, which I'm about to post sometime this weekend, Saturday before Father's Day, I was out and about doing some stuff. My daughter was supposed to come in town and all of that. She did come in town, but I never got to see her because she stays like an hour and 15 minutes away, and when she comes up here, she tries to visit, but she had just turned 24 June the 7th. You know, she wants to go visit her friends and stuff of that nature. I was supposed to see her that particular day, and it was getting late at night around 9 o'clock, and she said she was coming to pick some stuff up that I had got for my 6-year-old grandson. He turned 6 June the 13th, and some clothes that I had purchased for my 2-year-old grandson. And it was just getting late and she never came, and I was kind of getting concerned because she stays like an hour 15 minutes away, and sometimes she stays over a friend's house and sometimes she gets on the road and heads back home. So I text her and asked her, you know, what time are you coming, because it's almost 9 o'clock, and she said, well, I'll just see you tomorrow. So I went to sleep. I got up the next day, which was Father's Day, and me and my boyfriend debating whether we wanted to go out for breakfast. I had already had something planned for later on that evening for Father's Day with him. And my boyfriend was just laying around the house as well, so she could have been asleep or whatever. About 2:30, I get a text message. No, I get a message on Facebook from one of my childhood friends to call ASAP. And that particular childhood friend of mine, her daughter and my daughter used to be best friends. So I called her and she told me. She told me that my daughter was in the hospital and she was unconscious, and I knew my 6-year-old grandson was with his father for a month, and my 2-year-old grandson was in the hospital as well. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Hysterical. I don't even know. Somebody got in contact with my daughter's ex-best friend, and she told her mother. So that's how I found out that my daughter was in the hospital. I quickly jump up out of the bed, put on some clothes, me and my boyfriend, and head up there. I called my aunt because she works up there at the hospital part-time. She said there was no listing of my daughter in the hospital, and I'm like, why would my friend tell me a lie? I don't have time for jokes like that. Get to the hospital, they can't find my daughter. My aunt knows nothing, and she's looking in the system and trying to find her. So I go to the emergency room, and they did say it was an accident and all of that. My daughter was in the medical ICU, and the weird part, she was listed as a unidentified person because she didn't have her license on her. That's why my aunt couldn't find her. My aunt works in the medical ICU. My daughter was in the medical ICU. So the part that my aunt works at is at the front desk. When you come to the medical ICU, you can ask questions and she can direct you to this place, that place. She can give you certain information about a patient or what have you. And the whole time my aunt was sitting out there working. She did not know her niece was behind those doors at all. So of course, I'm all over the place. I eventually go back and see my daughter. And she has, well, the nurse And my aunt, one of her friends that was attending to my daughter, stated to me, you know, trying to prep me or what have you, that she has a tube in her throat to help her breathe because her neck was swollen. She had a neck brace on. She had all these IVs and stuff hooked up to her. She had facial wounds, and they had to stitch up some portions of her face, and her face was real swollen. And she told me, and I don't even know why she said, if you in a situation, you just finding out about a situation like this, it's devastating. So the lady tells me, if you get back here and you start hollering and screaming, I'm gonna have to make you leave. And I just told this lady, you do whatever hell you have to do if you can pick me up off the floor. So my aunt and my boyfriend and myself, we went back. My daughter was not responding. She was just laying there. And it was a lot. So I just grabbed her hand, and she was unresponsive because she had a minor concussion as well. She had a tube along with the breathing tube in her mouth, and it just had like blood in it to drain the blood in the back of her throat. Her face was swollen on both sides, but the left side was her worst. Her right side, she could slightly open her eye up and see something, but her left eye, she could not. It was just closed shut. So after seeing her, my initial reaction was, where's my grandson? So a social worker took me to my grandson, and he was on the children's ward. And when I walked up there to the children's ward, all I saw was this little light-skinned little boy with a hospital gown and a robe on, playing in the hallway. And I was so relieved that my grandson did not get harmed in this accident at all. He did not sustain not one injury. He was playing in the hallway. He ran up to me. He slept overnight at the hospital, and it's just all this stuff going through my mind that I left 5 minutes away from this hospital. And all that time, my daughter was up there, and my grandbaby was up there at the hospital. So I got my grandson. I fed him strawberries. I played with him. I washed him up. I talked to nurses and all of that stuff, and got him together. His father came eventually and picked him up and took him back to where my daughter lives, because he lives down there as well. And I just had a lot to deal with. You know, family. Her father was there, and my boyfriend, and my aunt works up there. My cousin that does Rae Dunn, she's a pharmacy tech there, so she was there. And you know, I had a lot of good support to help me through this. So eventually found out that she was in a 5-car accident around 10 o'clock that Saturday night, and 7 people were injured. She stayed in the hospital for like 7 days, and they eventually released her. But they did tell me before she was discharged, she was going to have some type of reconstructive surgery to her face, because the left side of her face, like I said, was the worst, and right up under her eye was fractured real bad. This right side was fractured, but that could heal over time. They stated that she was going to eventually have surgery, and they were going to either go in through her mouth or in through this portion of the eye. And just got me all out of sorts again. So we eventually took her home. She's staying with my sister down the street from me. Sister is a registered nurse, so she's being cared for there during the day while my sister is at work. My cousin stays a minute away from my sister, and her daughter, as I stated in my last video, has cerebral palsy. So she has a nurse around the clock when her mother is at work or what have you. So my daughter goes over there in the morning, and plus her 17-year-old daughter is there, and she drives and has a car, so she can run errands for my daughter. The nurse is there to make sure she takes her medicine on time and puts her dressings on her face. The left side of her ear has stitches from here and down here. She has stitching all on this side of the face. Right here she has stitching over that eyelid. So she has to put creams on her face. She has to put eye drops in her eyes. And she has 11 medications that she left the hospital with that she has to use throughout the day. She is up walking. I don't know how my daughter didn't sustain any broken bones as far as on her body or anything, because I will insert a picture of her car to let you see the damage. Things could have been a lot worse than what they were. She did have an appointment Tuesday, July the 2nd with the ear, nose, and throat doctor, just to, assess her face and her throat and all of that, because her throat was so swollen that it was no air coming through. So that's why they had to insert the breathing tube. She had to go through speech therapy. She had to go through physical therapy before she was released from the hospital. After she left the ear, nose, and throat doctor, she was supposed to go to the ophthalmologist. And after the ophthalmologist, it was supposed to be the surgery. So on the 2nd, her wounds on her face on the left side was so severe, he had to do the surgery this week, which they did yesterday, July the 6th, because she had broken fragments of bone, and a big piece of bone, just like right here, was like mesh. And there was no bones or anything, so it was just like bones just loose in my daughter's face. So she had the surgery, like I stated yesterday. She had to be there at 10. Her surgery was at 12. She got out of the surgery about 3 o'clock or so. The doctor came and spoke with me and her dad, and luckily they didn't have to go through this portion of the eye. They went through her mouth, which I still don't know how they put a metal plate in my daughter's face through this part of her mouth. Her face looks the same way it did the last time I saw her, which was Thursday. I'm thinking, because I overthink stuff, it's going to have to make an incision in her face, pull back skin, and put the plate in, and she would have to have all this stitches and all this other stuff all over again, because her face did heal tremendously. All she had was some puffiness and discoloration and bruising under her eyes. Like I said, the left eye was the worst eye, so it was clearing up tremendously. Her swelling in her face had went down, but as the swelling went down, you could see more abrasions on her left side of her face. After the doctor came out and talked to us and told us that everything was fine, she did great, it was successful, and telling us what to look for after this and the steps that we're going to have to take as far as her recovery and all of that. She was asleep, and once she woke up and got herself together, then she would be discharged. The front desk worker called me to the desk and said that she wanted to see me because she didn't see me before she went in for the surgery. So I went back, and of course with the anesthesia she was all over the place, like she was like kind of high or whatever. She was complaining that her left eye, her vision was very blurry. I had to explain to her, if they did a procedure right there in your eye region, then that's probably normal. You know, it'll probably clear up throughout the day. I had to go through her discharge paperwork all over again. She has to eat soft food, so she's back on another soft food diet because of the stitching and repair up under her lip. And they was just telling me how to treat that and going over her prescriptions and stuff of that nature. They did say she is going to receive some type of swelling. So what she looks like now is Martin show when Gina had a toothache or something and her face was kind of puffed up on that side. That's what she looks like now. But I don't care, as long as she doesn't have any more stitches or cuts and stuff on her face. I'm fine with that. After the face is healed up, eventually I'm going to send her to an ophthalmologist so she can get her eyes and stuff checked out. So if she does decide that she wants to keep her job down there and with running a machine and fixing the machine when it breaks down and all of that, her vision needs to be on point. I've been all over the place and I haven't really done anything associated with Rae Dunn. I think I did once she was there day 3. I spent the night at the hospital every day except for the day before discharge. So I'm drained and tired. When they said they was going to discharge her, I decided to go to decided to go to a TJ Maxx and Target to find her some clothes and some outfits and stuff, and undergarments and all of that for when she returned home. And I walked into a TJ Maxx, and of course while I was looking for stuff for her, I went to see if they had anything associated with Rae Dunn, because I hadn't been looking since all of this, because it was kind of devastating, and Rae Dunn and Makari and whatever else was the farthest thing from my mind. So I haven't been doing anything. I did find something that day. I went looking for her some clothing and all of that, and once I took her to her appointment July the 2nd, we were over there in that area because she had to get another cell phone. She couldn't find her cell phone when we went to get all the items out of her car because her car is totaled. She had an iPhone X, so we had to order her another cell phone. She got it the day that she had to go to the ENT appointment. But what my daughter did was change her phone number before she even got the phone, which caused some kind of problem, and we had to go to the Sprint store. So while she was in the Sprint store handling that, I went to the TJ Maxx just to see if they had anything, and this was like 5 o'clock in the evening, and I just said, just go and see what they have, because I hadn't been hunting in a while, and I found some stuff, and I couldn't believe I found some stuff. But that's what I wanted to talk about now. But I thought I should just give you some type of update of why I was MIA. And that Saturday, out and about, I was getting my eyebrows arched, a pedicure, anticipating seeing my grandson. My daughter was coming up here. I hadn't seen them since April the 21st, my birthday weekend, and I was so happy to see them. And just for this to happen, life is so short. It's too short. Anything could happen at a drop of a dime, and it just makes me look at life different now that this situation has happened. And I'm trying to get some normalcy back in my life. I'm just happy that my daughter is fine, that she's healing, she's getting back to her normal self, she's able to take care of her kids right now, trying to get back to, you know, me and my routine and all of that. So when I went in that store and I saw some items, that I'm sitting there looking at them, why are these items sitting here and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon? So I had to grab those up. So this is part of my July haul. I'm gonna say part because it's only July the 7th, and I'm going out tomorrow because it's going to be sunny out. Today is just pouring down raining and flash floods and all of that, so I'm staying in the house. So this is some of the items that I got for myself, or some items that my cousin picked up, because in one of my videos, my June haul video, my cousin was actually texting me because she was at the store and she was asking me, do I want this, that, and the other? So I told her, yeah, I cashed apped her the money. So these are the items that I got from her. And I don't know how much I paid. I will insert prices on the video. I have to go back to my Cash App and see, but she found 2 of these, and they are the melamine mixing bowls. And I think if I do decide to ever bake anything, or I can mix pancake mix up in this or what have you, I would prefer to use these bowls over my ceramic bowls because these will be more durable. So it's create, party, and fun. Did I get some money for something? But I'll just use these. I'll probably use my other mixing bowls just for like decoration. I'm scared to use those to be doing all this. And as you see in a lot of the, well, I see a lot on Facebook, people ask, well, how do you decorate your mixing bowls? And they have this mixer and they have the bowls up on that. I don't have that mixer. I'm not a baker, but I could, just to make a little stage something on my countertop. And if I was to get one, I will get that baby blue or that aqua type of blue one to match my Keurig. It's about that color blue of my sofa. As far as putting that bowl, ceramic bowl, up under that blender and letting that blender do its thing, I don't think that ceramic bowl would survive. This plastic one more than likely would. So I don't know. She had 2 of these, and I don't know who got the other set. I think my other cousin got the other set. I went to TJ Maxx probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they had these cups. And I got the quench and the sip. I needed the slurp and the gulp, and my cousin found the slurp. So what I'm going to do is just order the gulp off of Macari, and these are the type of cups that I can use when my grandsons come over and I don't have to worry about them breaking. So I'm in love with her melamine, but I'm loving this little plastic line. It's kid friendly. Another thing she found me, but I've used one of them as far as writing stuff down associated with my daughter and handling her business with this accident. So that one is in my purse. But she found me these, and they come in the Take Note, Doodle, and Thoughts, and they retail for $5.99. This cup retails for $4.99, and I don't know if this is a set. Oh yeah, this is a set. This set right here retails for $24.99. But my cousin, she loves planners and notebooks and binders and all of that. She's into that. Ann Condren. Is it Ann Condren? Erin Condren. So this is the one that I opened that I found to use that notebook for my daughter. The day I found out my daughter was going to be discharged from the hospital, I went to the TJ Maxx down the street from the hospital to find her some clothing items and some just kick around stuff for when she got home. And this is the only thing that I found associated with Rae Dunn. I think they had 3 or 4 of them, and it's military dad. And I got this because my dad was in the Navy. I called my cousin that got me the other items I just showed to see if she wanted one, because her dad, my uncle, was in the Army, and she said no, that she's really trying to do away with some of her mugs because she has so many. So she didn't want one. Those bowls came up to $32.15. Well, I don't even check prices when I buy the stuff anyway, so I don't even know why I'm looking at a receipt. Okay, so this item I purchased the day of my daughter's accident when I was out and about shopping. And I already have one of these, but I thought I would just get another one. And it's to keep. I purchased one of these probably back in February or March from someone off of Facebook. But I got another one because that one of them I'm going to use as a sushi dish, to put my sauce right here and my sushi right there. But then I thought, okay, you see these in the store all the time. This particular one was on clearance for $6. I don't know how much it retails for, but I just decided to get this to put in my office, to put pencils, paper clips, erasers, push pins, and different stuff in it. While I was in the store that particular day and I purchased this, that's when I found that pasta tin that I left because it was so cheaply made. And I am so glad, because I make some foolish purchases of stuff. Mugs that I pay $40, $50, and 2 or 3 days later, you can see somebody selling them for like a Aloha mug for $15, a happy birthday mug for $13, You Are My Sunshine for $18. I am so glad I did not buy those tins off of Mercari like I thought I was, and people were trying to charge like $80 or $90 for a set, almost $90 for 4, and I wanted spaghetti, pasta, salt, and rice, and those things were made like Tinker Toys. No. I am so glad that I finally found one in person. Okay, my last 3 items, and then I can wrap this video up. And hopefully I can find some stuff tomorrow while I'm out. I may vlog tomorrow when I'm out, and it'll be my first vlog with my daughter and my grandson. So it'll probably be a part 2 to this video if I find anything else. But after her ENT appointment, while she was in Sprint getting her phone fixed, I just had to go to TJ Maxx, and I'm glad that I went, because I found 3 things. One I wasn't looking for. One, it surprised me. And the third, I was glad I found, because I was going to purchase this off of Mercari. So that was a good day for me after all the stressing and the back and forth and running after work and making calls and handling her business while I'm at work, trying to do my job and all of this other stuff. To find these 3 things, I was a happy camper. So the first thing I found, should I tell you about the first thing I found? I don't know. first thing I found? I'm going to tell you about the first thing I found. Walk right on the side where all of the Rae Dunn stuff is. And I'm going to keep this one, and I'm going to have a backup to the other one I got. So I don't know which one I'm going to display first. But I strolled right on over there, and God was like, you've been through a lot, honey. These last couple of days, I'm going to bless you with this. Sitting right on the shelf at 5. And after 5 o'clock in the evening, this. Is it 5 o'clock the evening or the afternoon? I don't know. Y'all tell me. But this, the only one just sitting there. This. And look at the words. Perfect. Another tea that I got a couple of months ago. The tea, literally, is slanted. It's not straight like this. And it's over here somewhere, but it's boxed up. This is so perfect. It was just sitting on the top. Just like, oh, okay, I've been waiting for you. So T, because my name starts with a T, got a perfect tea. So I got to wrap that up. It was just sitting there. I was just like, you know, I've been through a lot, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Then I just went looking and looking at other stuff. They always have, in this particular TJ Maxx, you'll see it in my prior video, they have a lot of those paperweights that say different stuff. I mean, they have a slew of these always in this TJ Maxx. But I said, go back over there where you found the tea, because sometimes I just get so all over the place that I don't really look good. Something told me to look at the mug rack, and I found this. Be humble. And this was just right on time. It's like I said, I got to change my ways, what I experienced and what I went through with my daughter. I just look at life so differently now. And to just walk back over there and see several of these mugs, it had to be about 8, maybe 10. I only got one. I didn't call my cousin to see if she wanted one, because she said that she was trying to get rid of some of the stuff that she already has. But just to find this Be Humble, it's just like it was a sign. All of this was a sign. Then I go back around and look again, because when I found that pasta tin, it was on one of the clearance end caps. And you know, they jumble those end caps and those clearance areas up where you can't really see, you know, a lot of stuff. So that's how I end up finding that pasta tin. So I went back around and I was like, I saw the napkin holders with the flag. I saw the napkin holder with the watermelon and a whole bunch of the glassware. So I said, I'm fine with what I got. I found a tea canister. I haven't found a canister in a while. Last canister I found was the coffee canister. And I got one. And I think I gave... Did I get another coffee? Or I didn't care for the coffee because I had already had one. I gave that to my Rae Dunn buddy. And then she gave me a set of the ceramic mixing bowls for the coffee. Because I didn't care for the coffee. I had one. So I haven't seen a canister in a while. So I said, I'm good. I got my Be Humble. I left some for whoever else wanted some. And I got to the register. Don't sleep on that register section, because in TJ Maxx, Marshalls, I had never found anything at the Home Goods. But you can find good Rae Dunn stuff up there as well, because I did a couple of months ago find the glass water bottles. I has breathed on it, and I found like 10 of those at that register section. get up there and I'm inspecting the register section and all of that. Found what I was looking for. I was about to buy this off of Mercari. And I found my hold napkin holder. I did not want the one with the flag. I did not want the one with, I think it's one with the lemon. I didn't want the one with the watermelon. I just wanted this simple old one. So just got to the register and it had like all this little wit knots and stuff, and looked at the bottom and this was sitting down there. I was like, thank you, Jesus. So it's a certain size napkin that can fit in these. I think I actually saved a post on Facebook where the lady showed the napkins, the all white napkins that go good perfectly in this. So I got this and it was $9.99. My military mug was $5.99. And these are cheaper. My Be Humble, $5.99. And this is $12.99. So I think I did good for someone that has not been heavy hunting in a while. I did hear that More Please is circulating. I did get one of those a couple of months ago, and soon as I got home, I listed it and sold it like a dummy along with my snacks. So I haven't been willing to pay the outrageous price for those two canisters. So hopefully I can find another one. My Rae Dunn Buddy, let me go to the text, because my cousin showed me something that my Rae Dunn Buddy purchased. My Rae Dunn Buddy actually works with my cousin, so she finds all of us stuff. My 3 cousins that shop, they all work at the same hospital and they're pharmacy techs. And the Rae Dunn Buddy, she works with them as well. And she just walked in the store and they were sitting there. And I didn't even know they were out because I've been in a bubble for the last couple of weeks. So there was a sweet tea and an iced tea. And only picture that I have light in a ceramic is the pour. I don't have any other ones. So I don't know. I haven't been on Mercari. I haven't bought anything off of Mercari in a long time. So that's it. I'm about to put this stuff up. I don't think I have the energy to wrap it up. I'm gonna have to get it wrapped up soon. The office redone for my boyfriend, and this is all of my Rae Dunn stuff. And then I got some packing supplies. In here is my second. I got it covered up in camouflage, but right there is my second set of mixing bowls. I just covered it up like this in case one of the boys or my boyfriend comes in here and kicks around the box. It does have some protection and they don't know what's in it. But right there, all down there is Rae Dunn. Some of this stuff is Rae Dunn as well. And then I have Rae Dunn in my storage. I need to clear all of my Rae Dunn stuff out of the office because we are switching the office up. We need to get a desktop computer and all of that. So I need to go look at computers tomorrow. I'm the computer gadget girl. I have a MacBook Pro. I have a iPad Pro. I have Apple Watch. I have the iPhone X. So I'm the computer geek in here. So that's my job. And the decorator. So that's my job to try to get the office functioning and stuff for, you know, the business. I do everything either on my iPad or I do it on my MacBook. But he wants to get the office and stuff straightened out or what have you And then plus I need to look at a Apple desktop computer for when I move into my house. So I want to get his stuff straightened out, my stuff straightened out. So, you know, if I'm over here and I'm spending the night, he needs to do office stuff and all of that, I don't have to bring my laptop. I can just come use his setup and, you know, do whatever he needs to do. And I think he, on this side of the wall, he wants to put something else. I could probably, well, I got the printer right here, but I could probably put some, you know, his paperwork and stock some of his office supplies, like, what do you call it? Staplers, printer paper, you know, all the needed stuff. So that's why my boxes have to go to storage, because it's getting a little too much and it's getting a little overwhelming. And just like I said, I have to box this stuff up that I just got, and it's no telling what I'm going to get tomorrow. So it's going to keep piling and piling up. So that is it. I'm so happy to be able to do another video. I've just been in the dumps. I just, like I stated, put up 2 videos this week that were supposed to be up way before the accident. And I just decided, you know, just get back to normal me. Okay, guys, I will see you in my next video. Hopefully, I will find some good stuff tomorrow. If not, I'll probably just search on Mercari, because there's some things that I really want to buy, but I'm trying to just stay clear of buying stuff right now, because I don't know what expenses I'm going to have to pay for my daughter right now for this move. But I did see some soup bowls. What is it? The Roman noodle bowls, the hungry bowls, and it was something else. If I could find them in store, would be great. But some people are up here selling them for reasonable prices, so I'm not going to break the bank or anything like that. If I can find it for like $10 or $12, I think that's reasonable for me. But who knows what I'll be able to find tomorrow in store. So I'm going to try to get back out here bit by bit and get my collection together. I haven't even been active on Facebook with anything as far as Rae Dunn. So I'm just going to sit back and wait, because I do hunt. I can find some good stuff, and I just have to be patient and stop jumping the gun, because when I jump the gun, I get into trouble and I'll waste way more money than I need to, especially for somebody that's trying to buy a house. And that's crazy. But guess what? I'm out. Thank you for listening. I know it was a lot. I'm not the type of person that is a crybaby and have tough skin, but when something happens like this to your child, stuff happens. And I didn't think I was going to get emotional on this video, but it happened. And I just thought that what little bit of viewers I do have, I just felt that I needed to let you know what was happening, because my day was so good. I pampered day, got to talk to my brother, you know, out hunting and about to see my daughter and my grandson, and then all of this happened, and it just turned my world upside down. Life is too short for all the drama and the negativity. I don't even care about this Rae Dunn drama anymore. All these people just trying to bash, you know, or talk about me or delete me from groups, and I've done nothing but do what you're doing. And if I'm getting a little bit more than what you got, and you feeling some type of way, you want to delete me from a group, or people lying on me saying that I'm taking stuff off of a tank, I don't do stuff like that. If I see something that's on a tank and it's visible and it's not in the box, I ask an associate, is it okay from if I take these off the tank. I don't just go and just take stuff off the tank. I don't do all that. And for people to lie on me and to mistreat me when I've done nothing to them, life is too short. And for this pottery, and these women are going crazy and fighting people and being disrespectful to individuals and being disrespectful to individuals in front of their kids and all of that. I'm telling you, get it together. Because while you sitting around here being mean and hateful or whatever, you don't know what's going to happen in the next turn. You never know what's going to happen down the line and all of that. And I'm sitting there enjoying my day and just nice sunny day and just having a good time doing my videos and talking about my daughter and all of that. And this a couple hours later, she's laying in the hospital as a unidentified person that did something to me. It really did something to me. It really did. It all could have went a different way. It could have went a different way because the way her car looks, and for me to see her car in person, the whole gear shift was up out of the whatever socket or whatever, it was out of it. The passenger seat of her car, when we were trying to get in her car to look for items and stuff, and we were looking for her cell phone and all of that, and she didn't have a purse. She just carried her bank cards just in her car. She was looking for her bank cards and all of that. We couldn't even put our hands up under that passenger seat. It had just shifted some way where it was just flat to the ground, to the floorboard, where we couldn't even get our hands up in it. It could have all went a different way, and I don't even know how she didn't sustain any broken bones, just a facial injury. It makes you look at life different. So what I tell you ladies that's out here fussing and fighting over some pottery, I don't fuss and fight over this stuff. You fussing and fighting over this pottery. I have not seen not one piece of this Rae Dunn pottery that's over $30. For you to fuss over some stuff that's less than $30 and to fight and dog people out and slander people's names and all of that. I'm going to tell you this, and I think this is a godsend, and I take this as a sign. Y'all need to be humble, because you never know what's going to happen to you in life, somebody in your family, one of your loved ones. You need to be humble. This right here is not important. It's not. And for me to walk into an establishment, and I haven't been hunting in weeks, and see a abundance of these mugs, this wasn't anything but a sign. And I pray that we all get on one accord and come together, help each other out, share, because it's not that important. It really is not. So I'm out. I don't want to get emotional anymore, and I will see you in my next video.